Hello, today I'm going to show you a makeup tutorial of a look that I think could be described as fresh and glowing. So starting with foundation, I'm using the Loreal True Match foundation, and I am actually mixing two shades together because one is too light and one is too dark for me. So I put those two shades on the back of my hand, and then I use my Sigma flat top kabuki brush, and I start by putting the foundation mainly in the middle of my face because that's where I need the most coverage. And then I blend out the foundation on the rest of my face from there. And I'm making sure not to use too much foundation because I don't want a full coverage look and I don't want it to appear like I'm wearing too much makeup. Now that I'm done with foundation, I'm moving on to concealer, and I'm using two different kinds, the Maybelline Instant Age Rewind Dark Circle Eraser and then the Sonia Kashuk Hidden Agenda Concealer Palette. So first I use the dark circle eraser under my eyes. First I pat it out, or blend it out with my finger, and then I like to sometimes go in with a brush. It's the Sigma foundation brush because I really like the shape of it for blending out the concealer under my eyes. And then I use that concealer palette because it's a little bit thicker, so it covers better in some ways, so I just put it on any little spots that need some extra coverage. Then it's time to set that makeup with a little bit of powder. So first I'm using the Rimmel Stay Matte powder in the transparent shade, and I'm using this little Real Techniques brush. And I like to use the transparent powder to set the makeup on top of my eyelids and also under my eyes because it is brighter than my other powder, so it just kind of brightens the whole area up. And then I also put it in like other areas of the middle of my face, like the T-zone. Then I'm using this Maybelline Dream Wonder powder on some areas on the rest of my face just because it does have a little bit more color to it than that transparent powder, so I like to use this so that my face doesn't look kind of like it has a white cast with that transparent powder. And I'm just using a little bit on any areas that I think I'll need it if I get a little bit oily. And I'm really just putting a little bit. You can see here that I didn't over powder, so my skin still has a little bit of a glow to it. On to my favorite part of this tutorial, I'm using theBalm's Cindy-Lou Manizer. It's a highlight that has kind of a pink peach shade to it. So I'm just using this Sigma brush and I'm putting this kind of over the tops of my eyebrows and then on my cheekbones, but also a little bit down on my cheek because it does have that slight pink tint. This is also doubling as my blush. I love this highlighter. I think it's such a beautiful product and it can really give the skin a healthy and glowing look, as long as you don't use too much. So here's the highlight all finished, and now moving on to bronzer. I'm using this NYC bronzer. It's just a matte one in the shade Sunny with my Sigma contour brush and just putting it on my temples, doing some slight contouring and a little bit down my neck. With all the face makeup done, it is time to move on to the eyes. So I'm using this Stila palette. It's called The Natural, and here you can see the colors. I think it's such a pretty palette. So first I'm using the shade Pure, and then I'll be using the shade Demure, and last I'll be using the shade Innocent, so in that order. So first with the shade Pure, I'm just putting it under my eyebrows, just on my brow bone, and a little bit on the inner corners of my eyes. So then with that second shade, Demure, it's the light pink sparkly shade, and I'm just putting that right on my eyelids. And then with that last shade, Innocent, I'm putting that in my crease just lightly. Looking at it now, I think I probably could have added a little bit more, but that's okay. So I put that in the crease on both eyes and then also just underneath my lower lash line. And I'm almost done with the eyes, but last I need to put on some mascara. This is the Covergirl LashBlast mascara, and this is my favorite mascara of all time, and I'm using it in a brown shade. After that, I'm going to fill in my brows a little bit with the Milani Brow Tint pen. And first I just brush out and shape my eyebrows, and then I go in with the pen. And for some reason I only filmed me doing one eyebrow, but then I just use some brow gel to shape and set my brows in place. And the very last thing is the lips. I'm using this Buxom lip gloss in the shade Dolly. And I know I've said I hate lip gloss, and I still do, but I thought that this lip gloss with the shininess and the color was appropriate for this look. So here is the finished look. I really hope that you enjoyed this makeup tutorial. Thank you for watching and have a great day.